Hey everybody, welcome to the shop. So, we've got the coronavirus hitting here in California. Most businesses are shut down. Everybody's staying home. Well, most everybody's staying home. I've been working from home. We're pretty much shut down this week. So we've had some spare time available. So, most of you have probably heard of the Rustinox coat hanger challenge. I'll put a link in the description in case you haven't. It's probably going on a couple months now. You put the challenge out there to just build a coat hanger. You know, no particular rules or specifications or anything. It looks like most everybody, including myself, is just using scrap material or repurposed material. So that's what we're going to do. So we've got a little bit of time, so let's get into it and see what we can come up with. Alrighty. Alright, hey guys. So somewhere in this pile of scrap and old broken parts is a coat hanger. Let's get busy. So I was looking at all those parts that we had on the floor there, and I've been looking at them for several days, guys, trying to formulate some kind of a grandiose plan to make this coat hanger. Trying to do this in one day. So anyways, this is what I picked out from the pile. I've got an idea. I've got to get this stuff cleaned up. I'm going to go over to the wire wheel and get the rust off, see if we can clean these parts up a little bit, and we'll get at it. All right, got it. So we got our materials cleaned up, and we need to move on to the next step here. So we need to mill a couple flats so that this guy will fit in there, something like that. All right, so here we go. So we got to take off 124. I'm going to take a reassessment here. Well, this is now becoming a 2-day project. We're going to have to go to plan B. So this material is a lot harder than I thought it was. I did a file test, and it seemed like it was cutting okay with the file, but the end mill said otherwise. So, I think we're probably going to run the wood stove tonight. So I'm just going to throw this in the wood stove. That's how I anneal most of my stuff. And we'll do an overnight anneal on it and see if we can pick this back up tomorrow. Been in there about an hour now. It's got a nice red glow to it. We're just going to let it burn down and cool off slowly all night long.
Well, good morning, guys. There it is, fresh out of the wood stove after cooking all night. So all I did was just brush it off, and surprisingly, there's very little scale. Actually, I would say no scale, just discoloration. So I think that's because there's very little oxygen in a wood stove, and this is buried down in the coals. So, but even the handle end here that was more exposed has very little scale. So yeah, I've done this before on several pieces and pretty much the same result. It actually, the parts stay pretty clean. Okay, well, I got to move a few things around, and we're going to get started again. Our end mill took a bit of a beating. Yeah, knocked the chip off one corner here, and it's a little worse for wear. So anyways, hopefully we can get this resharpened. That's a nice carbide end mill. Dang. First thing I'm going to do is take a pass over what we already cut, just to make sure we're still on the same depth, and clean that up a little bit. Okay, so my plan, as long as Mr. Bozo and Uncle Murphy don't derail us, is to use these parallels to establish our location in the flat that we just cut, so that we can mill the other side parallel to what we just did. Sure that we're in there. Okay, I'm liking it so far. Just checking to make sure the parallels are inside our flat, and they are. And I'm going to push down one more time here. Okay, and then we're going to give it a little tappy tap. Torque it down. Alright guys, I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera, and then I'll bring you back. Okay guys, so we did a little bit of deburring, and considering the difficulties we had, came out pretty good. So I was just checking off camera if you guys can see this or not. We were shooting for 1 inch, and we ended up 10 thousandths under. So it was probably, all the fiddling around trying to get this set up. But for what we're doing, it's not going to matter. It's just, and I had added, when we did the initial side, which was this side, I came back and took an extra 3 thousandths, but I took 3 thousandths less on this side, but we still came out short. So not sure what happened, but it won't matter. So, and it still fits our brackets just fine. So if you guys haven't figured this out, we finished all the milling and drilling and tapping on our main cross piece here, the main body. We've got to make a spud for mounting this handle. So I've got a piece of 13/16 cold rolled here, and I've got the center marked. So we've got to have a retaining screw in the center. So we're going to drill and tap for 5/16 course. And then we got to put some flats on it. So we got our square collet block, so we'll be able to perform that. So let's head back to the mill. All right, we're going to put the square on the end of the shaft. All right, we're getting ready to do our welding here. We've got to tack our little spud on there, something like that. Make sure we keep our alignment, keep it centered, and then after that, we're gonna put this hook on there. And we're just going to stick weld this with some 6013. All we got is stick welding capability here. And check our setup. We're DC electrode positive, and we're going to go 90 amps, and that was a 3/32 rod. So, all right, let me set the camera up. I'm going to throw a little welding blanket over this vise. I don't want to get splatter all over it. So let me get this camera set, and we'll get her welded. to go back and fix one of our tacks. We were a little off target, but I mean, it's just a coat hanger. So we're going to call that good. We're a little light on that one, but I think we're just going to leave well enough alone. Okay, let's see if we can get the hook welded on there. Okay, so I temporarily put one of the wall brackets on here so that we can get the correct angle of the dangle here. Okay guys, so our welding did not go as smooth as I would have liked it to. Full disclosure, it's been like a year since I've picked up a Stinger. Originally was going to try to do just a 3-point stitch weld, just so you can, still see some of the features, but it was getting really ugly, and I had to break out the grinder and do a little salvage work, and ended up just doing a full weld all the way around. So we're ready to put this together, but I think we're going to do some cold bluing just to give it some protection. Try some of this Walmart spray-on lube. Never used it before. Well, okay. Well, this handle's got a little bit of a wow to it. But you know what? That just adds character. We're just going to leave it just like it is. Okay. Well, this sure took a long time to finish. I'm glad it's done. It was a fun little project, but yeah, we had a few bozo moments, but we got her done. And I think it'll do the job.
Hopefully it doesn't pull the cabinet door off the wall. There's the hat. Sweatshirt. Okay, there we go. Guys, thanks for watching. It was a fun build, and you know, kudos to Rustinox for coming up with this idea. I think everybody had a lot of fun with this. So, all right, hopefully we'll have some more stuff coming out soon, and everybody stay safe out there. And we'll see you next time. All right, thanks. Well, thanks everyone for stopping by, and if you haven't checked out Rustinox, his channel, you got to check him out. He's got a real fun channel, and I'll put a link in the description as well. So definitely check him out. He's a great guy. Okay, so hopefully we'll get some more stuff out here soon. Now that we're kind of stuck at home, I am working a little bit here from home, but we'll have time to maybe fiddle around in the shop here a bit. Alrighty, everybody be safe out there. I mean, this is serious stuff, so you know, please be safe and do everything that they're telling us to do. Yeah. Alrighty, till next time, we'll see you.